Shows start like the rest I've done. Another carbon copy of really bad puns. Ideas aren't coming, all out, none in. I'm just bumming. And make sure news time's funny enough to laugh at. Don't know why the show's so bad. Oh wait, I kinda do. It's cause of the host Chad. The jokes, punchlines are poo, too much poo poo. All these same jokes we're always reading up, trying to find good stories. Then we'll stop and he'll say, I guess this is what we're doing. Looking around, the industry still closed. Every week brings, I guess this is what we're doing. Curse you, pandemic, some things never change. Then I'll add a crossfade at the end of the song here. Yeah, I guess that's funny. I don't know. Stupid Karamo virus.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the reopening news you didn't know about. It's official. The United States is back open for business, baby, despite the behest of literally all the scientists. Even New York, this city that chose to sleep for the first time ever, is on track to let people out. We're in the midst of protests and a pandemic. Can the world afford another P-prefixed catastrophe? Potastrophe? Reopening Hollywood is so stupid. Reopening Hollywood is probably at the end of everyone's list, as it should be, because it matters the least out of all the stuff going on right now. But what exactly would it look like when it eventually does return to the limelight? There will be a host of changes, so many in fact that most jobs probably won't be the same for a long time. States are slowly returning to ill-advised normal life, probably because people are tired of being cooped up inside. Unlike regular office jobs, though, those in the entertainment industry can't just flick on the lights. Massive amounts of planning will go into things like makeup and costumes, sets, scheduling scenes, lighting, and way more than I care to list here. Places like California, Georgia, and New York are big employers of TV shows and movies whose productions involve hundreds of people who need to be in close contact with one another. Back in April, California Governor Gavin Newsom offered an idea of what protocols need to be followed when it comes to getting the industry back to work. What kind of protocols? Insurance agencies have zero interest in covering productions with infected staffers. Should stages open back up now, COVID-19 would be dubbed as what's known as a perceived risk. Crew members would need to sign riders, contracts that stipulate specific conditions that state the insurance company is not liable. This means workers would be saying, I know I could get sick by working here, and there's nothing the production and insurance companies will do about it if it does happen, which is also a dressed up way of saying, I could die from working. Believe it or not, some studios are willing to take the risk, and you thought Blumhouse movies are already scary. Coming back from the corona break should be treated like how sex scenes are now shot. Limited crew members are around, a sexual intimacy coordinator is watching to make sure everything is copacetic. It's a foolproof system for sex scenes. There won't be a standard rule book for sets, although there probably should be. The only common theme would be testing via temperature checks and hygiene, and a more spread out contingency of people, from extras to actors and especially the crew. The good news is safety coordinators are already a thought in the zeitgeist. Only time will tell if studios actually invest in the position. Restarting the industry isn't going to be easy. It'll need to be treated much like how the United States was. I mean, with more caution, obviously, and better. Much, much better. So unlike the US, I guess, unions and studios are collaborating on phased openings. On location, multi-country shows will move to sound stages. There will be massive amounts of sanitation. Movies are setting up dates to return to work in a month's time, and guidelines need to be settled as soon as, last week. Whatever happens, crews will have the production companies behind them. until they get COVID. Speaking of things that'll be behind you no matter what happens until you get COVID, why don't you subscribe and check out one of our other videos? Of course, you can head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where there's so many great interviews with your favorite comedians. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at cpluscomedy. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ChadBlackWhite. Like us on Facebook. Listen to the Constitutionalist podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And I got to get back to my waitress job because I got the pie to sell. Goodbye.